यदा यदा हि धर्मस्य
ब्रह्मादिभ्यो ब्रह्मविद्या संप्रदाय कर्तृभ्यो वंश ऋषभ्यो महद्भ्यो नमो गुरुभ्यः सर्वोपप्लवरहित प्रज्ञान घन प्रत्यगर्थो ब्रह्माहमस्मि सोहमस्मि ब्रह्माहमस्मि। ओम प्रपन्न पारिजाताय तोत्र वेत्रैकपाणये ज्ञानमुद्राय कृष्णाय गीतामृतदुहे नमः। My best wishes and Paripurna Ashirvadams to all kinds of prosperity, health, wealth and eternal happiness with Paripurna Lakshmi Katakshams to you and your entire family members and friends. Let us begin Bhagavad Gita, verse number 21 of 6th chapter. Shri Bhagavan Vacha Sukhamatyantikam Yattat Buddhigrahyamatīndriyam Veti Yatra na Chaivayam Sthitaschalati Tattvataha. Bhagavan Krishna has started explaining about Samadhi. He gives 7 kinds of definition about Samadhi. We have seen 3 definitions. The first one was Chitta Uparamanam, the greatest achievement. Because Chitta Uparamanam means the quietude of mind. The mind alone was a big disturbing factor in human life. Because animal is not having sense to define, the disturbance are coming from their own mind. But a human being, we can arrive at the conclusion properly. So very big disturbing factor is our own mind. The mind which was on jealousy. This mind alone, when your brother was prized by somebody, whether he is elder or younger, doesn't matter. This mind will speak or bug from you like, hey, you deserve more and you don't accept this and you will not the competitor. He is not up to your level. Therefore, you have to do something. You have to tell them that you are the best, you are the best, you are the best. That disturbing factor. When you get success, it will bug you. Oh, this is not big success. When you long for something, the mind will fix a goal. After reaching the goal, mind will give one more goal. This is not the big deal. So you deserve more. You have to fight more. You have to get more. But the mind never allows you to be rest in one goal. It will keep changing the goal, and if at all you reach the goal, it won't allow you to take rest and peaceful minded. So that cool, disturbing natured mind has become calm and quiet. Is it a great achievement or not? It's a very big, great achievement. Chitta Uparamanam is the first benefit. Then the second one was Atma Darshanam. My God, we run around the world to see all the places, materials, to enjoy the places. We are not looking for us. Because Atma Darshanam means we were hidden, veiled people. We were not having what to be sought after. We were not having the clarity. Thank God, somehow we reached us. Because when you look for something, you are losing every victory, every success, every failure. It takes yourself away from you. We are not able to come to us for thousands of janmas. Somehow, because of the help of Shastra and Guru, we got ourselves to ourselves. That's a big deal, because you can conquer the entire universe. if you are not gaining yourself, all of them are vain. The life won't be get fulfilled by any achievement other than the self achievement. That Atma Darshanam becomes very clear. You could identify exactly who you are, and also you can identify yourself with Ishvara, yourself as it is prescribed by Shastra. Nitya Shuddha Buddha Mukta Swarupo Aham. Aham, I am eternal entity. I am the pure one. I am the pure. I am the eternal entity. I am the pure in the world. I am in the form of consciousness. I am liberated. I am not Bandhatma. I am Muktatma. Like when we get ourselves, it's a big achievement. Then the third benefit, Atyantikam Sukham, limitless happiness. We run behind all the happiness which we thought all of them are limited, nothing but sorrow alone. You might have noticed, after reaching a position in your life, you just think back, so what kind of that struggle we had, what kind of idiotic things we had to do, we had to undergo, all of them are not useful, but not knowing they won't give benefit, but we struggled a lot. Like, we struggled a lot to get happiness. Still people are digging with outer world. They cannot get Atyantikam Sukham, which is not limited. Highest Sukham, complete Sukham, the Sukham which is not dependent on worldly object, which is not dependent even on the Indriyas. We were thinking wrongly the happiness which we were supplied by the Indriyas, that's what our happiness is. But Guru's Anugraha, because of Guru Anugraha, Shastra Anugraha, we learned these Indriyas are not providing the happiness what we need. They are limited, they are fake, they pluck us from us, they are deviating us towards outside the world, they won't allow us to get us. Therefore, Athindriyam Buddhigrahyam Atyantikam Sukham. So that which is beyond the sensory organs but could be experienced by Buddhi, that happiness is achieved. That is what is Samadhi. Now Samadhi means completely quietude mind, means a silent mind, or we can say tranquility mind. Then the next one is Atma Darshanam. Atma Darshanam means a self-identification. You can abide in yourself. The third is Atyantika Sukham. Now the fourth one is Tattva Nishtha. You get the Nishtha in the Samadhi and after the Samadhi also. The main difference from the benefit of Patanjali way of meditation and Vedantic meditation, there if you come out of the Samadhi, you are the normal person. Once you sit in the Samadhi, you are a special person. You could see yourself as the one with the world. When you come out of the Samadhi, you become normal person. But here the thing is something else. When you come out of the Samadhi, when you practice, you could feel that Nishtha. Nishtha means abiding in the Brahman, abiding in the truth, abiding in the essence, that which is in the form of I. When you come out of it, even after coming out of the Samadhi, you continuously becoming the person who is established himself in himself, Atma. It's known as Sahaja Samadhi. Sahaja Samadhi means always 24/7 you are endowed with, or you are absorbed by the I. You could see everywhere nothing but I. Even vyavaharika dashayam api brahmani sthitaha. Brahmanyadaya karmani sangam tyaktva karoti yaha mukta sango naham vadi. So that 18th chapter also speaks about it. So even in the transaction, you are not away from the knowledge of the Brahman. The knowledge which has become one with you. In the previous benefit, the happiness which is born out of knowledge, not born out of indriyas. In the same way, knowledge which has become one with you, whatever you do, you are not away from that. You could see everywhere is nothing but Brahman, completely absorbed by the Atma Jnanam, Tattva Nishtha. You become Tattva Nishtha. So you become a person who has abided. You become a person who abides in Brahman. That is the benefit. Then the next benefit, we have to read the next verse. Yam labdhva cha param labham manyante nadhikam tataha yasmin sthito na dukkhena gurunapi vichalyate. Then fifth benefit is, our explanation, our definition is Atyantika Labha. So definition and the benefit, it all together is being explained by Bhagavan Krishna. Atyantika Labha means the greatest profit in your life. There won't be any loss hereafter. Yam labdhva aparam labham na adhikam manyate. By gaining which you won't see whatever the achievements are there in the world, they are not equal to this. Known as a greatest profit. Because gaining ourselves is not an easy thing. Gaining ourselves and gaining all kinds of happiness all together, you can feel that this is what the profit is. You never become loser afterwards. To become loser means what? To live a life with a dissatisfaction. This person who has absorbed in the Brahman, he never become a dissatisfied one. He becomes a complete one. He continues as a complete one. Om Purnamadav Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate. No, I am not completing the class. Purnamadaha Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate. For him, so what was there before? It was Purnam, completeness. What is born? For him, what was there before his birth was Purnam, now is Purnam. And from the Purna has arrived. Still it continues as the Purnam. Purna means completeness. He never ever comes out of that completeness. Now you see, it's a great thing to understand. The body, mind and sense complex. They always make you to realize you are not adequate, you are not adequate. But once you get the knowledge, this all incompleteness never matters. You could see them as a complete one. It looks like a Vedanta sentence, isn't it? Vedanta sentence means everything goes beyond the head. Don't lose your confidence. When you look at your body, you just looking at the body, they are nothing but Brahman alone. This is because of karma pala. They have their own end, but I am not this sharira. It's a great profit. Then the next line it talks about Atyantika Dukkha Nivritti. Somebody asked Acharya, what is the benefit of studying Shastra? Can you tell in one shloka? Then he said, Ardha shlokena pravakshyami. I don't need even one shloka, I can even tell in half of the shloka. In one line he made it, Brahma Satyam Jaganmithya Jivo Brahmaiva Naparaha. That's all the connectivity, the message of the Upanishad, message of Bhagavad Gita, message of all Brahma Sutra, all Shastras. The benefit of studying Shastra, Brahma Praptihi, means Sukha Praptihi, gaining happiness and getting rid of unhappiness, sorrow, relieving from sorrow. Therefore, here he says, Yasmin sthitaha gurunapi dukkhena na vichalyate. After observed by which he never be shaken, so it doesn't matter how big tragedy may happen in his life. So no great tragedy will make a small impact in his mind. He becomes one with Ishvara. He has become nothing but the universe. He may live in the same Sharira after the realization. He may look alike others. He may live a normal life, but he won't be bothered by even this body or the world, the accidents of the universe. He just completely relieved person. His mind cannot be shaken at all. That's a great benefit, because our mind and body, when you study Bhagavad Gita in the beginning stage, so when you study, you are beyond the death. Get the confidence to see the death. It will take time to realize. When there is some small amount of problem, you will be shaken a lot. Even when you start to study Bhagavad Gita, your mind becomes so subtle, so sharp, then you will also become, if you are not careful, you will become a great sufferer, great samsari. Because when you get sharpness, in our ashram, we were taught Vedanta simultaneously with Sanskrit. So when you study Sanskrit, so you should have a proper concentration, you should have the proper ability, mental ability, memory power, because everything should be by hearted. Still I remember all the Panini Sutras. There are 4,000 Panini Sutras were taught. Among the 4,000, we by hearted at least 2,300 Panini Sutras with the vrittis. We have to undergo. When you study, you become so sharp. When you become sharp, you can see others all wrongdoing, others dosha. Then you blame others, then you can create yourself as into a great samsari. But don't allow it. Be confident, realize yourself. That realization will help you to keep going further. We call it yuddharedatmanatmanam natmanam avasadayet. He says, Yasmin sthitaha, by abiding in which he is not shaken by any huge big tragedy in his life, known as Atyantika Dukkha Nivritti, the relief from all kinds of sorrow. Then the next words, he brings the seventh explanation, definition, which is in the form of benefit. We will read it. Tam vidya dukkha sanyoga viyogam yoga samknitam sanishchayena yoktavyaha yogo nirvinna chetasa. These words we will explain in detail in the next episode tomorrow. Harihi Om. Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. ओम शांति शांति शांति। हरि ओम। श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः। हरि ओम।